We just still record.
So I tell you what, we're going to be South
Are you
African.
ready? Are you ready, guys? Laura, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Well,
to
no,
start?
we can't be South African
Gav.
shoutcasters. We have to be like
Are you
generic,
ready?
excitable American
For this?
shoutcasters.
For this best of 3 for £1 between Zenibar and Blue Peppers.
Pound. I thought it was for a blowjob.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the going rate for a blowjob is these days, but I'm pretty sure it's more than £1.
Oh, smack talk across the room.
And we see Zenibar flag
Right,
for
we're
the
just-
offensive language and the trolling, and one more of those, and it will be a permaban from the tournament.
We're just loading into the game here. The first match is on Lost Temple, and they get in. There's a slow start from Yellow Terran, spawning
Very
up, spawning up the 9 o'clock position on Lost Temple is Blue Peppers,
Very slow start.
playing as Terran, and in the 12 o'clock position Zenibar spawning as Zerg, deciding not to move his Overlord to scout, just leaving it in position, scouting out his main.
We
That's
have
the most
actually
opportune thing
ascertained
to do.
here that the random pick by Blue Peppers was in fact a troll. He selected Terran, and that's what we're going to see him playing this match.
Yeah, he's known very much in the community for his Terran play, his excellent battlecruiser control with the Viking micro really sets him apart from other players.
Yeah.
On the scene
And
at the
how
moment.
do you think Zenibar is going to be able to react to that? I mean, he's playing Zerg. I mean, it's not his usual pick, so it must be some kind of counter pick to Blue Pepper's sort of well-known strategy. you
Yeah,
know?
Zerg aren't the strongest in the air. I mean, they've got the Corruptor, which is quite a beefy air-to-air combat unit, but
We're only going to see a big presence from those late game, really.
We can do, being turned into the Broodlords to shell the base from afar. Really can destroy a turtling Terran very easily. So the quick micro. I noticed Zenibar is actually quite far behind on his supply. I'm not sure why that is.
Then maybe this is just. I mean, he might be having a bit of lag here. I mean, if
It
we
could be,
flick
yeah.
over to the base, there's very little going on in the way of micro.
I mean, he's sitting on 50 minerals here, but he's not putting him into drones or anything. Seems to be quite slow on his macro there. He's not known for his Zerg play, normally maining Protoss. Thought he'd give it a try.
This is just the slow start, getting familiar with the sort of strange team to him.
Now this is quite interesting. Bringing out the early 4 Zergling rush. He's going to start knocking on Blue Pepper's door, but he's already got his barracks up. He's got his walled off with that supply depot, letting him come back in. Although Zenibar already knows this, having the Overlord in position. So,
Yeah, and that's a good play. Just sticking the Overlord right in there, just complete map dominance. Can see absolutely everything that's going on in this early stage of the game.
a second Overlord going down to the middle of the map, getting early position there. Oh, and the Marine might pick up the early Overlord kill, potentially supply blocking Zenibar here. I think he will get it just before he comes onto the ledge. He's got about 10 meters to go. He's dropping down to 30 health. The Marine's chasing him onto the ledge. Will he get there in time? 10 health, 12 health, 6, 1 health. Down! Overlord kill! What a kill! What a start to the game!
And that is going to set Zenibar back a long way. He really didn't need that right at the start of the match. I mean,
That will, yes.
I mean, it's a clumsy play, and it's not paid off at all. And I'd really like to see
And
Blue
look at
Peppers
this.
follow up and punish that. Really punish that.
He had 20 seconds till his next Overlord was built. That's a long time, this high-level play. Zenibar really does have the momentum at the moment to really stick it to the Zerg player. He can really be aggressive against him. I don't know what you think about this here, Matt. This is quite a lacking of drones.
Yeah, I was looking at that right from the
Perhaps
start,
it's
and
because he's built 1 million Zerglings knocking on the front door of Blue Peppers. Although
now we're
he's
going to
really
see much.
with
I
the
mean, the
Marines.
Zerglings are pulling back now, and
This truly does show the power of a turtling Terran.
I mean, we see the regroup here.
I mean, those weak Zerglings can't really knock down the door, especially with a repair like that. What he really needs is some Banelings. And I think that's what we're going to see out of this drone here being pulled off the line, ready to knock down the Baneling nest. Yes, it is. Baneling Nest coming up. It's going to be another 55 seconds before that comes up, so that gives Blue Peppers a little bit of time to build up his defences and get ready for that onslaught.
Yeah, and think of a counter now. We've told him exactly what Zenibar's going to do here.
Terence Whitaker is online. It's just handy. Not opting to go for a orbital command here, just keeping the command centre.
Yeah, but the way this sort of production rate is going, I mean,
as soon
Blue
as
Peppers here is just so far ahead that he
is.
can afford to take his time. I mean, look at the way that gas and the minerals are just upping and downing. Like, that is a lot of production.
His income is definitely ahead of the Zerg here, about 200 minerals ahead, with an extra 10 harvesters on top of him. But the power of the Zerg is able to build up a lot of drones in a short amount of time. Although here comes the Marines, they're pushing out of the base.
That's another
Zerg trying to catch them, trying to get us surrounded. That's a lovely surround by the Zerg, but the Marines are too strong. They got too much health, and there's not enough Zerglings to overcome them. And now Blue Peppers can push out and really dominate the game and push the advantage that he has.
Blue Peppers almost just walking all over Zenibar in these early stages of the game. Like, really, I mean, that's 2 Overlord kills now. He's wiped the Zerglings clear. He's hardly lost any units of his own. His production is just way on top of the Zerg player.
And he's decided at the 8-minute mark to knock down his command centre. A very respectable time. You know, concentrating on his early macro, and now he's gonna really ramp up the FCV production and start getting those minerals pumping into his economy. That'll allow him to build a lot more units.
We see a small army sort of building up here with the Banelings sort of just filling up that group.
Let's go have a look at the production tab, and that's a lot of Banelings on the way for our Red Zerg. I know you see on the Blue Peppers side, he's mainly focusing on his economy. That could leave him... Ooh. A pause in the game.
We've got a pause. It could be a DC. We're going to have to check into this. We've got the maintenance team having a look at the computer.
It's just in the door there. Blue Peppers has been known for being repeatedly DDoSed recently.
And it's
Script
just...
Kid, he's really going after his internet connection.
And in this break period, I'd really like to just say to anyone watching, like, if you are one of those DDoSing players that just attacking the big players, you think it's funny or whatever, like, I beg you reconsider. Like,
I mean, it's for the good of everyone. Everyone loves watching these sort of games. If you're just getting in the way of that, then you're just a hurtful internet troll. I mean, it doesn't help the players. There's money on the line in these games.
Exactly. Everyone loves to troll, whatever. But this is people's jobs. This is people's livelihoods.
Yeah. It's terrible to see, really. So hopefully we can get back into the game reasonably soon. I'd like to do a shout out for our sponsors, Razer sponsoring us, as well as Galaxy Chocolate and Apple Juice.
Yeah, just generic apple juice. I mean, that's a big sponsorship deal. I mean, I don't know how we got apple juice, the whole lot.
It's the patent for apple juice. Start sponsoring us.
Yeah, but I mean, that's, you know, you get tournaments at this level, you're gonna receive big sponsors.
You do, you really do.
It's apple juice as a generic, across the board apple juice, that is a big sponsor, and it's
these players. That's the sort of caliber of sponsor these players attract in, and they're back ready. They're about to start the game again now. Blue Peppers is ready. Oh, his mouse is broken. His mouse is not working. There might be a short break again. Oh, they're ready, and they're 3, 2, 1, and the game has resumed. We're back in the game. Right, what do we see going on last? Mainly Blue Peppers macroing up, and Zenibar ready for another assault pretty soon. He's staying on top of his inject lava. That queen building up only 100 energy. That's quite a respectable amount at this time. Going down to 80 lava. He might want to stick a few of those creep tumors out. Just so I say that, he goes and chucks one out. Really spread that creep so he can move those units down into the enemy base a lot quicker.
One thing I would like to say at this point is, whilst maybe the aggression hasn't necessarily been paying off for Zenibar in the early stages of this game, I do like it. I love to see that aggressive Zerg play.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's not paying off, but if Zenibar can keep that kind of aggression through to the late game, he can survive the Terran counters, he can keep this aggression up without
And here comes
getting
another
too much.
attacker. The Baneling's ripping through the frontline troops. And in come the second wave of Marines, but they're not being micro back, and the Bailey's got some fantastic hits, wiping out his whole army in one fell swoop.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. That kind of aggression, like, you just keep that up, push that into the late game without taking too much of a sort of resource deficit, and it's going to pay off. It really is going to pay off. And we see it there with the Banelings just wiping out
the whole rows of Marines there. That's
exactly.
That's what they're built for. That's what they're designed to do. And without that shoddy micro, I have to say it's quite shoddy. From Blue Peppers there.
Yeah, we don't normally see that sort of poor level of micro at this stage in the game, and I think we have to wonder: was it the issue with the hardware? Did the mouse stop?
It could have
stop
done.
him pulling back. I mean, he seems to be okay. I mean, maybe it was just a mistake, but I mean, it's rare. It's really rare.
I'm just getting a call here. 1 second. I'll just hand over to my co-caster here, Matt Wiegand. He'll carry on for a few seconds.
All right, guys.
Hello.
Well, I don't really know what to say at this point. The game is sort of reached a standstill almost in the Zerg base. And Terran just continuing the production here, recovering that Marine deficit that suffered as a result of the Banelings.
How drunk are you guys? Jesus.
We're seeing a lot of defense from the Terran.
Oh. You guys having a good time?
We've got a little small army of Banelings amassing here again at the edge of the base.
Say yes, I'm coming. When you announced it. Okay. Let's get a lift. I'll ask Gavin for a lift. It's fine.
And the game really is just sort of at a standstill. Both players just focusing on production, amassing some kind of army.
He is now.
Nothing particularly exciting, but that happens in these games. We see we've got some more Banelings moving into the Terran base here, pushing further, and they've just been completely wiped out. We see a few Marines go down, but I think the Zerg player came off worse here. The loss of Banelings. And that Zerg army is almost depleted.
Hello. No, it's Nick. Hello. Hello, you alright? I'm very good.
We have the Overlord just scouting these minerals here, but so far they're not being taken advantage of. And Terran's attacking this neutral base.
Sound Scottish. Yeah, you always sound Scottish. It's probably because you are Scottish.
Overlord's again scouting much of the minerals here, but no signs of any advance here from the Zerg player.
How young? What are they doing? He is the head boy. But he's playing StarCraft at the moment.
Okay, we're seeing something going on here from Blue
I can't hear
Peppers.
Blue?
Sort of just standing by this tower.
This is you can't speak to Gavin. I mean, he's playing StarCraft at the moment.
Not really sure what's going on by the tower. We see their Zerglings amassing again a small army. There's a lot of Overlords sitting around by this base. We're starting to see the expansion to the next next set of minerals here for the Zergs.
Good.
The Terrans moving on to their third expansion.
You have to believe me, Stinky.
And we're sort of seeing a crossover here between the sort of extension of the two players.
No.
As the Terrans are moving in to attack this sort of Zerg landmass here.
What was he going to say? Oh, I miss you too. Oh, no problem.
We see some small conflict here with the Banelings coming in. They come in, they're completely wiped out. We lose a few Marines here. We get one of these big things, they're gone, and the Zergs are really in trouble here.